My name is Gillie Cuda, and for my Chinese final paper, I researched Shanzhai English, or the commodification of English in China. So during our senior seminar, we were looking at Shanzhai culture, which is basically the culture of fakes, knockoffs, or counterfeits in China. And most of the time, we were looking at material products like fake cell phones, knockoff luxury handbags, things like that. I was more interested in immaterial objects, so I decided to look at fake English. So to study Shanzhai English in China, I looked at three different areas. I looked at Shanzhai English in the media, Shanzhai English on clothing, and Shanzhai English on daily life and in internet communications. So for the media, I looked at David Henry Huang's play Chinglish. I also looked at Xu Jinglei's film Go La La Go and Peter Chan's movie 中国合伙人, American Dreams in China. When I was looking at Shanzhai English on clothing, I actually got to use the help of my friend in Chongqing who goes by the alias Tonghua. And we looked at different English on shirts and other forms of clothing and how people bought various products and how there would be clothing with things like Calvin Klein or Calvin Klein or any number of variations to make a knockoff Calvin Klein product. And also clothing products with things like, I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? Red ice cream, green ice cream, brown ice cream. So it was things where there was English on it, but it was just rubbish or very Shanzhai English. For my final area, I looked at online communications. I was looking at English and Shanzhai English specifically in WeChat or Weixin, which is sort of like the Chinese version of Instant Messenger or Facebook Messenger. So there's actually an emoticon that came out while I was researching called Han Lele and Li Meimei. And it's two Chinese students who appear in all Chinese textbooks for learners of English. And they give you Chinese phrases, and then they also have English counterparts to those phrases. So for example, there's pretty popular emoticons where they say hao li hai, which becomes holy high, or zan liang shei he shei, which becomes we two who and who. So they're phrases that make sense in Chinese, but they really don't mean anything in English. And I looked at how those phrases were used with the emoticons and how popular they became. So after looking at the various areas of Shanzhai English in China, I got to learn about how as China opens up, English plays a more important role in China, and just to see how Chinese people use English as a way to indicate status or wealth or worldliness.